are just a little bit up the road from this shot here. So Jack doesn't have any company in terms of, and off the road goes our number 6.
Yep, that's me. But this is with 2 hours left to go. So let's see what happens before. So we're going to kick it off straight away. No messing about here. So start of the race, the Union flag dropped. We jumped straight in the car, and we started back in P43. So all the way at the back of the grid, and we're just trying to make up as much positions as possible. So obviously this is the start of a 24-hour race. So things are a bit hectic, but we've got 23 hours, 59 minutes and 30 seconds left of racing to go. So I would like to say I was cool, calm and collected for the whole of this, but if I had a microphone inside my helmet, you'd probably hear me saying a very few words that weren't a bleep on TV. So we managed to get a really good start. We've cut through a lot of the field which we were quicker than. So we done a bit of sandbagging in qualifying. You couldn't fuel after qualifying, so you had to start the race on the tank of fuel you had before quali. So we went out in quali, we done 2 laps, pulled the car in and chilled. That was it. That was good enough for us. We wanted as much fuel in the tank as possible, and that means that we could start the race on a long strategy. So it was going to rain. We was going to try and push for 2-hour stints in the car to make maximum possible gains out of stint duration. So this BPR team, all in black here, feature a lot in my first stint, and we sort of swap and change positions, and at the start, that I think everyone's bit got the adrenaline rush, and as you see, like everyone's a bit argy-bargy, and we all tend to start settling down, and once we settle down, everyone sort of locks in, and we're more going for the mindset of endurance, not sprinting. So just trying to keep our lines nice and clean, not kill the tyres, because we only get 2 sets. We only get to change the front 2 tyres about halfway through the race, so we've got to make sure we're looking after tyres, make sure we're managing our fuel, so we're lifting and coasting to corners if we can, as we come up to an absolute load of carnage. So we go around the outside of that, miss a few carts. Everyone's okay. As you can see, there's some wetsuits out. It hadn't rained yet, but if you watch a bit later on, it definitely does. So we're going to jump ahead now. Things start coming down. There was a full course yellow. So this is the start of the full course yellow. So we got the jump. We didn't really get the best start. We start to fall behind. And as anyone who's ever been to Silverstone has ever said, the slipstream down this main straight is unreal. So if you're out of that, you are just going to lose position. So we're trying our hardest to try and stay with the carts in front to carry that slipstream here. You can see a few drops of rain starting to appear. It didn't really get too bad until about 20 minutes to the end of my stint. Unfortunately, the camera had run out of battery by that point, but it's okay because you wouldn't have seen much anyway, because there'd be so much spray. So this corner here, I was really struggling with getting the exit and just keeping it close to the apex, and it was something that I maybe got 20% of the time in the race, and it was quite annoying and frustrating not being able to get that corner linked up right, because I feel like I lost a fair few positions anyway, just because not carrying enough speed. out of corners, which is something that I know I definitely need to work on. As we see, because of the full course yellow, everyone's grouped back up, not necessarily even in position. So if someone's been lapped, someone's pitted, then the people are out of position. So there's still a bit of jostling going on. Everyone's trying to figure out pace-wise where we're sitting. Not so much in the race. Well, it will be in the race, but sort of later on in the sense, if there's like a full course yellow, after it, you just need, everyone sort of has to figure out whose pace they're working to, and then it spreads itself back out again just naturally. But this kart 45 in front of us, we seem to be pretty similar pacing, and we're just happy sort of sitting behind him for now and working together. As you can see here, we tuck him behind, give a nice little bump, gives us thumbs up, let's go. We are happy doing that. That we slot him behind, sort of pull out, make a little bit defensive here. We're not really going for a move, but I think where he come offline, it's a bit wet. Caught both of us out here, but he gets his own back because we get caught in these carts arguing ahead. We get sort of pushed to the outside here, and he pulls himself back through. So I've started like leaning forward on the straight again, just to try and keep in the toe as we go for a move back on the cart there. Don't worry. We were a bit slower than them, as you can see here. A few laps later, pulls an absolutely delightful move. We send it in a bit too deep, capitalises on it, and then gets a really nice switchback going into turn 3, and it was a nice one. So we already know he's there. Maple Motorsport are coming through. They, I know, are faster than us in one of the leading classes, so we just let them go. Us three seem to just work together for a while here. Little bit of switching about, but not major. So we slots back, and now it's the train that we're in, and then we just sort of keep switching as he goes over the grass. Gets a bit bent out of shape through the S's there. Really, it's only single file through there. If you're going more than single file, you're asking for a bit of trouble. So we're catching back up to the back of Maple here, and just sort of locking in for a bit. So we're, again, full course yellow, sort of about an hour and 15 minutes into the stint here. We want to keep that toe with Maple because we've been working together really well so far. So we want to make sure that we're keeping that toe, and we work together and just sort of let the clock run down. So you see me here, I again get a bad exit out of that corner, and I'm getting bumped down the straight. You see me put my thumbs up, but it sort of led to a weird point where we caught Maple up again, and then the guy's still with me, so I again wash out, comes next to me here, and we're getting pushed again from behind here. So we're going too wide into this 90-degree corner here. So we're fine through here. We go a bit wide, comes through. We point in the guy that pushed us through. Bump drafted, sorry, not pushed. It was a good thing that he done it in the number 6. And we slot him back behind here. And again, just trying to work together. Everyone's starting to settle down now, and at this point in the race, and we're just sort of no silly arguments, just trying to work together. And he instantly pits, so leaves me without a toe down the straight, which wasn't ideal, but it is what it is. So jumping forward now, we can see it's starting to rain here. We lose a bit of grip here. It doesn't help us here, but we lose all forward momentum in the kart. But there's a bit of carnage going on ahead. Someone's ended up on the grass, and we just sort of managed to lock it back in and get back on the brakes before we T-bone someone. So we're sort of jumping on the wet lines here. As you can see, it's starting to get really wet. We get a massive bit of grip up the inside here. The track limits there. We did get the track limits warning for it, and full course yellow comes out. So I think that the last few overtakes were made sort of fair enough as we're just checking the fuel. But the full course yellow lasted for a while here. As you can see, it's a bit wet. As we're going to jump forward just to the restart now. So this is the third restart of the race. So coming in here, we don't want to get held up and lose the momentum that we've done the last two full course yellows. We want to be on the gas, which we are. Good exit. We're not gaining on the karts in front of us, but we're not exactly falling away. And the guys behind were coming round the bend, so they were slowing down. As there's a lot of carnage because everyone's forgot it's wet. And we're just sort of trying to pick our way through here as carefully as possible without taking ourselves or anyone else out. So we get a good run here. Managed to jump a load of guys that got caught out by the wet weather. And we get back onto the line here. We get alongside here. Guy next to us drops back out so we can get on the wet line, which is not a bad thing. I think I was about to give him the position back if he didn't, but he did. So you can say that we got an overtake on that one, you know. Also, just a quick one. I want to apologise for the camera placement. Clearly, when I drive, I must stick my elbows out of the cart. Literally getting my elbows out. So when my elbow just decides to absolutely delete the camera at some point, and you can't see anything other than my elbow, I do apologise. So we come up to the back of one of the KBR guys here in kart 50, and again, their pace is definitely quicker than ours. I don't really know how we got here. I think they've pitted and we've not pitted, so we've pulled forward and they've dropped a bit back. And when anyone's faster than me, especially in endurance, I just want to sit behind them and we want to follow their lines and just learn where they're braking, and then that way you can pick up more speed. So here, he went for a move on this guy. I tried to follow him through and the guy didn't see me, turned into me. He put his hand up. I apologised, but I think if he was going through, I was also going through, you know. It wasn't like it was a one-on-one fight and I come out of nowhere with a dive bomb. Like, it was there. But the switchback is a thing, so we both agree here, work together. Absolutely the right idea in this situation, so that's what we start doing. Again, like I said, it's, you know, we're about an hour 45. Sort of start settling in. Here's, we got someone trying to come up. As I said, we don't argue for position, but I'm not going to give one up, you know. No. Sort of didn't want to get dropped from the pack in front, but it was coming up to the end of the stint here anyway. I actually ended up making a mistake coming out of this final corner here, you'll see. So I just sort of turn in a bit early, hit the curb, forces us out wide. So he goes through, point him through, says tuck him behind. He's being kind for us there, but it helps us out, so we're all good. You know, everyone's happy. No one had to make a silly lunge. I just decided to take myself out of the race, but it's fine. So moving on a bit later here, just starting getting through some back markers. So this isn't the position. It's a bit hard to tell. We're lucky we've got comms where we can see what is and isn't the position, but it's handy to have especially in an endurance race. Team Yellow Racing, Not only has he got the yellow hat, he's got the team behind him. I think was getting fresh out of the pits, and we was just carrying a bit more momentum through here. Same as kart 32. It was just one of them things when you're out and you're in the groove, you just sort of are coming, and as you come out the pits, you're sort of just getting your groove together. And that was at the point the camera died, and I've switched to the live stream. You can see we're at 2 hour, just about to be 2 hours. We are somehow leading the race. So I led the 24 hours of Silverstone for a lap, but at the end of this, we just we come into the pits to serve our pit stop and do a driver change. And after our pit stop, I believe, I'm just going to add it in now quickly. So I believe we come out of the pits as it's just about to siphon through. 11th, so 43rd to 11th in 2 hours. So I'll take that. So this is my third stint here, and as you can see, this man behind us is Mr. Jack Crawley, a reserve Aston Martin driver. He's racing with another team. He's quicker than us, so we're going to realise that, let him through, and see if we can pick up any tips and tricks for being a speedy boy. So you see here, I'm looking back. I know that roughly who he is, and I think you'll see my hand go up there. So I point him through. So we slot back in behind him, and for the next few laps here, we are at the same pace as a reserve Formula 1 driver. So it just shows how good we are. I'm joking, that sounds really bad. It was really interesting to see how Jack was able to carry so much speed out of corners, and it was handy being behind him for the few laps I was. I think I just started dropping. I think I dropped maybe half a second off my fastest lap, which wasn't very fast. After sort of following him for a few laps, which is really good to see exactly how much speed there is to gain, you know. So jumping forward a few laps here, these guys are arguing. Jack's obviously left us, carted off into the distance there, and we're sort of just starting to make our way through some more back markers. And as we point through, so the BPR team, or BRP team, the man in the orange, after about 20 hours, no, it wouldn't have been that long, about 18 hours of karting, we are back out at the same stint time. So you can see he's got a lot more pace this time around than in the first stint. But Nameless also got through, and so did the KBR team, and we got caught with a full course yellow here. So we just jumped back in the green, and we're just now trying to work our way through to try and catch up with some of the quicker boys, to again follow them through, let them work through the traffic, and we just can follow them through, have a nice easy life for a bit. As again, 27 was again one of the quick teams, and he sort of points himself through, and you know, fair enough to him. I would happily sit behind him and let him work through the traffic. So he absolutely goes for a dive bomb here, and we just wash out completely wide, which just lets everyone else behind us in the train through. So we sort of pick behind kart 10 here and follow him through. And we've not really lost or gained any positions here. At this stage in the race, there's a lap between person in front of you. You're a lap behind the you're a lap ahead of the person in front of you. So position, it's not. It's really driving with people the same pace. So if someone's quicker, then there's no point sitting there and holding it back. You may as well just let them go and try and follow their line. Again, that's the mindset of endurance racing. So see here, this is what I mean. I think that by me not getting that corner right, I'm just allowing opening the door for someone just to send it up the inside who's quicker but could do it at a better point, and then like leaving myself open for having slow straight line speed out of the corner. So, I just want to say, whilst this is running, obviously, I'm not the only person doing a 24-hour race, because that would be absolutely crazy. The team did an absolutely amazing job, considering three of the guys out of the 5-man team hadn't been to Silverstone before this weekend. We done really well to finish where we finished, and we had a little incident in the night where one of our drivers got injured and had to go to the medical tent, and it was a bit crazy, but everyone sort of kept their heads and we worked through it. He's okay, by the way. But obviously endurance racing is a team thing, and if any of you guys are watching it, because I know you might be, I just want to say this is probably one of the best 24 hours I had with you guys. I can't wait for Le Mans. It's going to be great. Hopefully it's sunny, but if it's raining, we know for a fact we're going to put Tom out. So Tom, if you're listening, you know who you are. If there's any wet racing, don't think you got away with it by not doing Silverstone. You've 100% got that stint at Le Mans. So after the restart, we're sort of back with one of the KBR teams again, and we're just trying to work with them, let them do the work through the traffic, and we just sort of slot in behind, and we're just sort of getting a free toe. And we sort of gain it and lose it, and the two in front, they're arguing, but not enough for it to slow them down. So we're just watching. And honestly, at this point, when you see people having a good battle or sort of exchanging positions quite a bit, it's quite good to watch, especially when you're in the car, because you know if there's a mistake that you can capitalise straight on it. But we just want everyone to, at this point, it's just been a full course shallow restart. We want to just absolutely work together. We've got about 2.5 hours left to go in the race. No point making stupid lunges now that that happens in the last 20 minutes. So the camera doesn't make it all the way to the end, unfortunately, but the live stream got the most interesting point of my final stint on camera, as you saw at the start of the video, but I'm going to play the full clip here. I just want to say thank you if you made it this far into the video. I appreciate your time. I hope you like this sort of video. If you do, let us know and we can do more of it. We're back at the next round of EKS for the next video, and then on to Le Mans, the one after that. So thank you again for watching. If you like the video, please give it a like, consider subscribing. You know, it's always nice to see that people are enjoying the videos, so even if you just leave a comment saying your video wasn't half bad, maybe make a better one next time, that will be appreciated. But yeah, I really enjoy making this one, and that's what matters to me, really. So and no, I'm not Italian at all, so the hand coming out was pure karting instinct. First time that's happened to me at Silverstone. As you see, the next one here, Jack Crawford is also about to come up to the guy that's just spun me. Now, he didn't get a penalty because apparently, as you see, he touches him there, pushes him wide. But apparently it wasn't a penalty because he was alongside when he done it to me. But if Jack Crawford's moaning, I feel like I'm valid to moan. So that is it. We managed to finish P20 at the end of the 2 hours. So P43rd to P20. Absolutely amazing result for us. We're heavily looking forward to Le Mans, like I just said. And that is it from me. So thank you very much for watching. Again, appreciate if you made it all the way here. Ben, if you've made it all the way here, #1 fan, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.